What could possibly leave an entire nation in shock right after a high-profile press conference? Moments after the cameras stopped flashing, Jong Suk and IU dropped a revelation so unbelievable that fans around the world were left speechless. Today, Red Carpet Revealed takes you behind the scenes of this jaw-dropping moment to uncover every detail you've been dying to know. The grand ballroom of Seoul's prestigious Shilla Hotel glimmered with golden lights as the world's media converged for what was expected to be a routine press conference. The air buzzed with anticipation. Not just for the official announcement scheduled that day, but because two of Korea's biggest stars, Jong Suk and IU, were appearing together. Flashing cameras lined the red carpet as reporters whispered speculation about what might unfold. Outside, fans pressed against the barriers, holding banners and flowers, chanting both their names in unison. Inside, the atmosphere was electric. A mixture of excitement, curiosity, and something unspoken, an expectation that this day might be far more memorable than anyone had predicted. Jong Suk appeared first, elegant in a tailored black suit that accentuated his tall frame, his composed smile betraying just a hint of nervousness. Moments later, IU walked in, her presence enchanting the room in a flowing white dress that shimmered under the lights. The crowd erupted in flashes and cheers, the energy surging as the two exchanged warm glances before taking their seats side by side. What followed seemed, at first, like any other celebrity event. They answered questions about their respective projects. IU spoke about her upcoming album that promised a blend of heartfelt ballads and fresh pop sounds, while Jong Suk shared details about his new drama that had already created a frenzy online. Both spoke eloquently, their voices steady. There was a subtle undercurrent, an undeniable chemistry that reporters and fans alike couldn't ignore. As the conference progressed, the tone remained professional yet light-hearted. Reporters asked playful questions about their friendship, prompting knowing smiles and carefully measured responses. But to the most observant eyes, there was something in their demeanor, a quiet intensity, a deeper bond they could no longer hide. The press conference drew to a close, and as the MC thanked everyone for attending, most believed the day's headlines would focus solely on their individual projects. But then it happened. Just as the event was about to end, IU reached for the microphone again, her delicate fingers trembling ever so slightly. Jong Suk, seated beside her, reached out and gently held her hand, a gesture so intimate that it immediately silenced the entire room. "Before we leave," IU began, her voice soft but resolute, "there's something very personal we want to share with you all." The room froze. Reporters leaned forward. Cameras clicked furiously, and fans watching the live stream at home felt their hearts race. It was a moment heavy with tension, the kind that precedes a revelation that would change everything. Jong Suk looked at her, nodded reassuringly, and turned to face the crowd. It was so still it felt like the entire world was holding its breath. Then, with unwavering honesty, IU continued, her eyes glistening under the bright lights. "Been keeping a secret for months now. Suk and we've been engaged." The room erupted. Gasps, shouts, and frenzied camera flashes filled the air as disbelief rippled through the crowd. For years, fans had speculated about their relationship, every interaction, every shared glance. Now, the truth was out, and it was far more than anyone had imagined. IU squeezed Jong Suk's hand as he smiled, his eyes soft with affection and pride. Jong Suk took the microphone next, his deep voice steady but filled with emotion. "IU has been my greatest support through everything," he confessed. "We didn't want our love to be just another story in the headlines. We wanted to protect it until we were ready to share it with the world. And today, we are ready." Tears welled up in the eyes of some fans, even reporters, as the sincerity of their words cut through the chaos of flashing lights and murmurs. The revelation instantly dominated global social media. Within minutes, hashtags related to their engagement topped Twitter trends worldwide. Fans flooded Instagram and TikTok with emotional reactions, some crying tears of joy, others expressing shock. Countless messages of support pouring in from around the globe. Celebrities who had worked closely with both stars began posting congratulatory messages. IU's longtime friend Yoon Na wrote on her story, "Finally, my best friend's happiness is no longer a secret. Proud of you both." Actor Kim Woo-din, Jong Suk's closest friend, simply posted, "My brother, my sister-in-law, happiest day ever," accompanied by heart emojis. But this wasn't just a love story, it was also a tale of resilience and quiet devotion. IU shared heartfelt details of how they had managed to nurture their relationship despite the immense pressures of fame. She spoke about the nights spent comforting each other during career struggles, the secret trips they had taken together away from prying eyes, and the promise they had made to choose love over fear. Jong Suk revealed that he had proposed months earlier during a private getaway in Jeju Island, with just close family present to witness the intimate moment. The press conference transformed into something far beyond its original purpose. Reporters, initially there to cover work-related updates, found themselves part of history, a cultural moment that would be remembered for years to come. Even as questions were shouted across the room, neither of them seemed fazed. Instead, they held each other's hands tightly, their smiles radiating the calm assurance of two people who had made the brave choice to love openly. Outside, fans gathered in growing numbers, holding signs and chanting their names. Media outlets scrambled to release breaking news segments, dissecting every detail of their revelation. Articles titled "The Engagement That Shook Korea" and "Lee Jong Suk and IU, Love Wins Against All Odds" began to flood online platforms. The country was collectively stunned. Its most beloved stars had just shared the most personal chapter of their lives in the most public way possible. And yet, amid all the chaos, there was a profound stillness in how they looked at each other. And just a headline, it was a moment of truth. A glimpse into a love that had withstood time, secrecy, and relentless scrutiny. The revelation marked not just an engagement, but a shift in how celebrity relationships could be seen, not as fleeting scandals but as real, human connections worthy of celebration. The press conference wrapped up. Lee Jong Suk and IU stood together, bowing to the crowd, hands still intertwined. "Thank you for supporting us, not just as artists but as people," IU said with a grateful smile. "We promise to continue giving our best to our fans while walking this new journey together." Reporters continued shouting questions, but the two stars simply walked off the stage, their expressions serene, as if a great weight had finally been lifted. The days that followed were a whirlwind. Fan-made videos of their sweetest moments resurfaced online, creating a wave of nostalgia and affection. Brands they endorsed released congratulatory messages, hinting at potential collaborations to celebrate their love story. Entertainment shows replayed the revelation moment endlessly, analyzing every detail, every glance, every touch. But more than anything, it was the fans' reaction that defined the event. And shared heartfelt messages about how their relationship gave them hope, how it proved that love could survive even in the harshest spotlight. Many spoke of how inspiring it was to see two people who had always carried themselves with grace and humility finally embracing happiness without fear. In a heartfelt post on social media a few days later, IU shared a candid picture of herself and Lee Jong Suk, both laughing freely under the Jeju Island sky. Caption read simply, "Thank you for letting us love openly. Our journey continues." Broke records, becoming one of the most liked in Korean entertainment history. Their story wasn't just about two celebrities getting engaged, it became a cultural touchstone. A rare moment where fame, love, and authenticity intertwined so powerfully that the world couldn't help but stop and watch. And as fans looked forward to the future, a wedding, perhaps even a family, one thing was certain: Lee Jong Suk and IU's revelation had forever changed the way people saw them, not just as stars, as two souls who had found each other and chosen to share their truth with the world. It was more than a headline, it was the beginning of a new chapter, one written not in secrecy, but in courage, love, and the unwavering support of millions who believed in them. As the world watched them walk hand in hand into that new chapter, there was no doubt that this was only the start of a love story that would continue to inspire for years to come. Weeks after the unforgettable press conference, the story of Lee Jong Suk and IU continued to dominate headlines. But the tone had shifted from shock to celebration. Their love story became a symbol of hope in an industry often clouded by secrecy and speculation. Fans eagerly awaited updates, and instead of shying away from the spotlight, people embraced their new reality with grace. In late autumn, they released a joint statement confirming that their wedding would be held in the spring of the following year in a private ceremony with close family and friends. The announcement was met with overwhelming support. Fans and fellow celebrities alike flooded social media with congratulations. IU shared a heartfelt note to her fans, thanking them for respecting their privacy while celebrating their happiness. Lee Jong Suk, in a rare candid moment, posted a photo of them holding hands by the ocean. Captioned simply, "Home is wherever we're together." As the wedding day drew near, anticipation reached fever pitch. People remained grounded, focusing on what truly mattered, the life they were about to build together. Their story, from secret romance to fearless confession, became one of the most inspiring love tales in Korean entertainment history, proving that love, when met with courage, can truly conquer all.